welcome to Rare Cuts Media Society, the podcast that looks at hidden media gems where you can't escape Disney, even in the afterlife. Your host, as always, I'm Andrew Jagoda, and with me we've got Rob Lachik. How are you today, Rob?
I'm doing well. I'm very disappointed. I did not see the New Jersey Devils in this movie. Just saying it. I'm real mad.
Right there.
I was right there. I was real mad. Just saying it. It's coming out.
They didn't want to pay for the name, I guess.
You could have had David Puddy from Seinfeld come out at some point in the film too. It would have been great, but we got nothing because they weren't the Devils.
And Mike Ross, how are you today, Mike?
I'm good. I was recently out in Delaware, and I was disappointed to not find any Delaware Demons merch, nor could I find any Annapolis Angels. What's going on here? What happened to these teams?
I don't know. Disney's got to get on that. Where's the Disney store when you need it, you know? And, of course, Eric Hafflin. How are you today, Eric?
Pretty good. I do think the Disney store's backstock is all behind me right now in my set. I'm wearing Disney, but I always do. But first we need to get this thing on Disney Plus, gentlemen, before they'll make the merch. So let's start that campaign first. Because if everyone sees this on Disney Plus and falls in love with it, like I'm sure you did.
Did they ever then North Avenue Irregulars?
No, still not on Disney Plus.
Oh my God.
Not appreciated.
Let's get that one on first.
I try to pick so many underappreciated Disney films that we can't watch on Disney Plus, and then we watch them, and we got to see if they're good enough to make it. But yeah, as you guys alluded to, we watched a hockey movie with some teams that don't exist, but with also some teams that do, which was weird. But more on that later, because that's what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about HE double hockey sticks, which was my hockey pick for our summer of sports. And it was summer. So even though we were talking about ice, I wanted to keep it hot, hot, hot. Like the song that they use in the movie.
If you want to keep it hot, watch Heated Rivalry. That's a hockey.
But not that kind of hot. I'm talking, and that's not rare right now. That's all over the place. And that is the different kind of hot. I'm talking about HE double hockey sticks hot. This is a family show. No, I
was about to say that movie's not, or that show's not a family friendly show. Let's just say that.
And it's not rare right now. It is everywhere. So I wanted a rarity score, and I think that might be at least the only one that I'm getting a good score for. But anyways, HE Double Hockey Sticks is a 1999 ABC made-for-TV movie that aired on The Wonderful World of Disney, although I think it was technically called The Magical World of Disney when it aired. But like that's that whole Disney Sunday night movie thing that started back in the 1950s. It's got like that's Disney's kind of ongoing, I'm going to show you a movie on Sunday night kind of thing. And that's, of course, why I picked it as my hockey pick, because some of the other Disney hockey movies are not rare. There's a lot of Disney hockey, other than Disney Channel. And then I guess made for TV movies here. But like Disney did The Miracle on Ice. That was the Disney movie. Disney did the Mighty Ducks 1, 2, and then I guess 3 is kind of rare, but like they did those. So Disney has got some big heavy hitters in the hockey movie world. They did not, they did not do what's that one? Slapshot. They did not do Slapshot. That's another famous hockey movie, but but they did a lot of famous hockey movies, and so I had to find the rare Disney hockey movie. And so HE double hockey sticks. So Disney's made for TV movie, there's a long history there. But what's especially special about this one, and I'm going to then shamelessly plug my other show, is that this one is where Disney cranks up what we'd call the synergy machine. And there's so many cross like promotional things happening in this movie That happens a lot more going into the 2000s and on with Disney and their TV movies and things like that. But there's a lot of cross promotion going on here. And since my other show is called Synergy Loves Company, How Disney Connects to Everything, there's my shameless plug. This was like the perfect pick for my point of view. So I have to ask you guys, when you watched HE double hockey sticks, did it feel like you were watching an obvious promotion or commercial, or did Disney do a pretty good job of like putting that in your face without putting it in your face? Did anything stick out to you?
So having watched Boy Meets World,
There's one. I got a checklist. I'm checking them off as you guys say them.
It was pretty obvious to me. You don't put Wil Friedle and Matthew Lawrence together at that time in the 90s without it being a cross promotion. And of course I saw other ones, but I don't want to hog the floor. But to me, that was the big one, was just those two of them acting the same way they do in Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
For me, it was the Anaheim Ducks. So you got the Mighty Ducks going on there. I would say that I think they, other than the two we just mentioned, I didn't pick up on a whole lot of others. So maybe I'm just not as privy to all the different synergies.
Well, let's be real there, Mike. You don't have the same mind as Eric, where you're picking them up constantly on everything.
There's one that is the big one that's left on the table should be tailor-made for Rob, because I know it should be, because when he was on a episode of Synergy Loves Company years ago, we talked about how important a song was to hockey fans, an intro song for when hockey was on a certain station.
Oh, the ESPNs? I didn't even. Well, so that was the part that I was confused on. So I'm gonna throw this out there. It wasn't ESPN. It was like a knockoff ESPN.
There was ESPN visuals on the screens when they would have the announcer. What was the announcer? I can't remember, but it's like they did pull in some ESPN. Go watch it again. It takes them all. This movie is one to revisit.
I don't know if I'm going to watch it again. I just say that.
They do pull in like the actual NHL and some like ESPN imagery. Now, when they wrote he does say like they have a whole little like, there's like a whole little thing where he's like, I'm from ESP. And then the kid's like, don't you mean ESPN? And then he goes like, yeah, the N is silent. It's like a gag, but they're saying ESPN a bunch because they want to remind you that the NHL is on ESPN, which is Disney's, because Disney got ESPN in the ABC. This aired on ABC in the ABC Capital Cities merger. So like they've got the NHL on ESPN on ABC with the Boy Meets World people. They have some Anaheim Ducks, but it's not over the head. They like show a game that features the Ducks and like a jersey kind of situation. Like, you know what I mean? They show some hockey, like some professional hockey things. The other one that was kind of a trickier one to catch is Gabrielle Union is in this one. And the next two movies that she does this same year, 1999, She's All That, which was a Miramax film, which Disney did own at the time, but that's a whole other ball of wax we won't talk about today. And then she did 10 Things I Hate About You. She had bit parts in both of those movies, same year as this, both Disney distributed, produced kind of things. So like all of that is happening at the same time. And I thought they did it. I thought they did it well without like being like beating us over the head with it. Does that seem pretty right to you guys? Like it was there.
Yeah, I felt like the ESPN the ESPN one was not knocking you over the head. I mean, making a joke about it, that's fine. It's not knocking you over the head. It wasn't like every time that they showed her, here's an announcer, he's got an ESPN hat or anything. It wasn't like that. I didn't think that was too bad,
Yeah. See, I think they did it well. they did the cross promotional thing well, and that's, you know, I like that. Anyways, let's get talking about the movie, because the movie is actually instead of just the cross promotional stuff, the movie's actually, it's got some deep made for TV roots, because it's actually a loose remake of a 1955 made for TV opera called Griffelkin, and that's the name of the demon in HE double hockey stick. So it stars Wil Friedle from Boy Meets World as Griffelkin, a demon in training who's trying to earn his horns, and he's sent by Miss B, which is short for Beelzebub, because we're led to believe that she's the devil, played by Rhea Perlman, the amazing Rhea Perlman. And so Griffelkin's mission is to get the soul of Dave Heinrich, the superstar hockey player on the Delaware Demons. Not a real team, but the teams they play are real teams, which that's weird. And they are, for us to believe, one of the worst NHL teams. Now, they do call them the worst, but then we actually learn that there is a worse team. More on that in a second. So Heinrich is played by Matthew Lawrence, also of Boy Meets World fame at the time, and Gabrielle Union, who we talked about earlier, plays Gabby, because apparently they couldn't come up with they must have like hired her since her name was already Gabrielle. But anyways, Gabby, another demon who is Griffelkin's point person on Earth, and there's our star power. So everything is going according to plan, and Griffelkin's on his way to get this soul, until Griffelkin kind of begins to question his mission. Like, is this right? Does he go good? So I gotta ask the first question, because I want everyone to go good, and I want everyone to say something nice about HE double hockey sticks. Later on, you could say whatever mean stuff you want to about it, and I have questions about that. But right now, I want to know what's good
I
about
don't
this
think this is
movie.
the first time he's had this stipulation on us.
I do. I'm always like, let's say something nice up front, and then you could eviscerate it. But let's go, because sometimes we get bogged down by what was so bad about it. Let's start with something nice. So again, so what was good about this movie? I want you to give me one place. Just one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe you got a bunch. Maybe the whole movie was the greatest movie you've ever seen. That's not true. I know that's not true. But what was one good thing about this movie?
I'm gonna say the overall vibe of the movie. It felt really nostalgic. Like, it really kind of takes you back to a period, and like I could see, if maybe I were somewhere between the ages of like maybe 8 to maybe 11. I could see like seeing the promos all week leading up to the Sunday night movie or whatever, and like, and it throws me off because it was aired in October. It feels like a summer movie. Like, I could totally see, you've been looking forward to it all week. You're getting the popcorn ready, you got some pizza, maybe you're at a friend's house, and you throw on this goofy movie, and you just have a good night. You don't have to think about it. There's nothing really intense happening. So just selling your soul. I mean,
I like that. You described like that Disney, like family movie, weekly movie experience quite well too. Target demographic and all.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. It brought me back, the nostalgia.
So outside of the nostalgia, as you kind of alluded to, Eric, Rhea Perlman was really good in the film. Undeniably, she was good at the film. The only other thing I would say I liked about the film, it was a film that involved hockey. Can't go wrong. It could be the worst film in the world, and I'd still like it because it had
Yeah, I mean, for me, Rhea Perlman, I like her a lot. She doesn't get a lot of big parts, so getting to see her where she was actually like a really important central character, that was really nice to see. Sure, there was a lot of wackiness with it and the Marie Antoinette head, so you can't say it was like Oscar-worthy performance,
Hey,
but
you're getting a little too negative. Focus on the positive.
but I love seeing her, and that's what was important to me. The other positive, I will say, I have always loved the song "Hot Hot Hot."
Oh yeah, Buster Poindexter, right?
Yeah, that's my
It had
guy.
some. It
Watch him
it,
in
yeah.
Scrooged.
That is a great movie. That we can debate is it a rare cut? Because I think it's not for us, but it is for a lot of people I talk to. But that's a side chain conversation here. No, there's some good stuff here. I think we can agree. The music too had like a weird, like it had the vibe of 1999, but sometimes it had like a song that sounded like a different song, but it was like about hell or something like that, which was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but you can tell me about that if you think it was something that fits into something else. I want to go back to what Mike was talking about, because he said it kind of it could bring you back to that 1999 vibe that like, it's like that pre-internet, like we only had a few channels, maybe you had cable, but like event television, this would have been a thing that like the tween market would be like, let's watch that. But then maybe dad would like it because there's hockey, but it came out in 1999 and it really shows 1999 written all over it. So there's a lot of dated references and things in this. There might be some things that are like super cringy. I know last time we talked about how dated and like of its time Endless Summer was. And so this kind of fits that in a way too. Like it's very of its time, 1999. So what was the most like dated thing that stuck out to you? What was like that? Maybe there was a cringy part that like it wouldn't fly today, but in 1999, that was a valid joke on a family movie.
Grifflekin's hair.
Frosted tips.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had those frosted tips, and like he doesn't look like himself.
I mean, yeah. I just when I saw his hair, I'm like, we're in the 90s. We're in the late 90s. I mean,
well, and then he has that moment where Miss B is frozen by Gabrielle, and she can't talk, and he starts talking with like that Adam Sandler type voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it just felt like a rip-off and trying to capitalize off those types of characters.
Yeah.
Well, I would even wonder, like, where did they build out the set for the restaurant, or did they just like break into an old Planet Hollywood that closed like the month before? Because that's what that definitely felt like. It was like you went into Planet Hollywood.
Hey, late 90s was prime time for themed restaurants. That's when we had all of our Planet Hollywoods and our Hard Rock cafes popping.
Rock and roll McDonald's.
And the Rainforest Cafe, like all that stuff. We still have them, but like that's when they were booming. That's when they were at like so many malls and so many suburbs and stuff like that. So maybe it was not a closed Planet Hollywood. Maybe it was a booming Planet Hollywood that they re-themed to be Dave Heinrich's which it was like restaurant or bar and grill or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like Michael Jordan's restaurant, the athlete with the rest. There's another, I mean, that's another one. So I gotta point out too, because it was so 1999, he had the flip fork, which was his pitchfork as a modern day demon, and it was a flip phone pitchfork combination controller thing. What did y'all think of that, and would you want your own if you were a kid in 1999 right now?
Well, what I think is funny is that they give him a whole big manual, like it is inches thick, and he throws it away, and then he tries to use it, it doesn't work, and then like he hits some random buttons and suddenly it works, but now there's no other necessary component to it other than just holding it
Yeah, yeah. I was like,
And now you're Wizard Harry.
yeah, it's like I thought there would be a joke about like, oh, you need to hit the 6 button 3 times or something, and
Or
they missed out.
yeah, well, and you could have it be like, oh, you're running low on your credits or something like that. Um,
Is
please
in
insert
99.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have leaned more into that 1999 vibe. You got to use your minutes, nights, and weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like a flip phone.
You've done enough evil for Monday.
You could call 10-10-2920 or whatever that thing was to get
1-800-collect.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yikes. All right, so it is cheesy, and we got it. It's 1999. It's of its time. It's very cheesy. There's some goofy things that happen in there, and so we got to call it what it is. It's a made-for-TV movie, and we have watched made-for-TV movies in the past, and I went through our list and I tried to make write a couple of them down. If I missed something, let me know. But I said The Hogfather was like a 2-parter, but it was made for TV. Mazes and Monsters, the very first Rare Cuts episode, Mazes and Monsters. We built our show on made for TV movie foundation, right? And Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. So 2 Christmas ones and Mazes and Monsters are made for TV movies or productions or whatever you want to call them that we've watched so far. But you have probably seen tons of other made for TV movies too. So I want to know where this kind of ranks and how it stacks up with other made for TV movies here. Remember, we are not shooting for a masterpiece. It's a made for TV movie. So where does this stack up with those?
I'm going to start with this, Eric. You should be ashamed of yourself for even mentioning this movie with the Hogfather. Because the Hogfather was great.
It was. I think it was. Yeah.
I mean, that was universally enjoyed by all.
For sure.
Great film.
So it's not as good as the Hogfather. I'll give you that. Where does it stack up to the other made for TV movies? I'll give you that.
I mean, if you're including all the Hallmark stuff, yeah, I'll probably watch this over a Hallmark movie.
There we go.
But in terms of like some of the other ones we watched, like Mazes and Monsters, Emmett Otter for sure, I would choose those over this. I struggle with non-studio film Disney. Like, I feel like they run all of these kids through their acting program, and they all have similar cadence and presentation to how they articulate words and how they recite lines. And that just gets under my skin, like in terms of it just wears on you, because it's like, oh, I can see your acting lessons, and it's really bothering me. Like the young brother in the film, it's like, ooh, they told you to be like Fred Savage and you're nailing it, but I don't need Fred Savage in this movie.
That was savage. No, I like that.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I mean, I would put it way above PSAs, from when we were young. I'd probably, honestly though, I'd probably watch this over Mazes and Monsters.
I watch that movie every year.
I would probably watch this.
Why do you torture yourself?
I love it. I love it.
I mean, I'm not likely to rewatch this anyway, but if I was told, hey, you can't watch Hogfather, you got to watch one of these other ones, it'd probably be Emmett Otter and then, Yes.
See, like, again, I agree with you because, well, first off, I'm not crazy like Mike. I would not watch Mazes and Monsters again, but I would certainly watch
Unless
The
we had to for
Hogfather
the show. No.
and Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. I would certainly watch those again. Those were good. I like genuinely enjoyed both of them, especially The Hogfather. Nothing against Emmett Otter, Jug Band Christmas at Eric H. But yeah, I mean, the only reason I watched this movie again was if I like had like a bout of insomnia, like, and I needed to go to bed.
Oh,
it was just like to your
come
point, like
on.
with made for TV movies, it felt like,
Yeah.
like you mentioned, like the Hallmark movies, right? Those are geared towards like your adult, right? It's a romance. Like, I didn't know what this was geared towards. Was it geared towards kids, really?
Yeah.
Because then they had like
yeah.
the romance parts, and then it's like, so who is this really geared for? It's like, I don't know.
I think it was geared towards like 9 to 11-year-olds. Okay, full disclosure, I watched this one 3 times. And this summer I did twice.
Oh, no.
But the first time I watched it, I was like, this is completely awful. Like this, I hate the acting. The story is very cliche. It's all been done before, and then the jokes just kept. The jokes were just so cheesy and like very in your face about it. Like, we know this is a dumb joke, but we're gonna make it anyway. But then, like, the second time I watched it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it from a different mindset. I viewed it through like a nostalgic lens of like, what would it have been like to be like a 10-year-old. I just rode my bike to the store with my friend. We got some bags of chips, got some pop, and now we're just gonna like hang out. What?
Some warheads.
Yeah. I mean, that'll add some excitement to this movie. But I enjoyed it more when I tried to change my my viewpoint than I did the first time, which is the curmudgeon of an old man watching it.
True. Yeah, no. Well, and the things like the first time you watch it, I just got it in defense of, so like, yeah, the Disney kids do have a style. I'm not gonna lie, but on the other hand, I mean, Olivia Rodrigo, Disney kid. She's up at the top of the charts. Sabrina Carpenter, Disney kid. She's up at the top. They're all making their way after this system, right? Not maybe in spite of it sometimes, maybe because of it, maybe a little of both. But like it works. So I'll say that. The other thing too, though, like, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not necessarily for us today, but you did bring something up and say that the movie was predictable. So I got to ask you this, being that it does follow like that. I mean, how many times we could maybe let's go down. Let's do this impromptu question. I don't have it in my notes, but let's list as many movies and things as you could think of that have a scenario where someone is where someone is selling their soul to a demon or the devil or something like that.
Every sitcom from the 80s.
Well, that's I check. Everyone.
They always had one where it's like, okay, here's the good one, and then here's the one where they're just wearing like devil horns, and oh look, there's 2 herbals on the screen.
That's true. I mean, and this could be a variation of that, in that how he like has kind of a flip. Well, there's a couple flip moments, and we'll talk about those in a second.
Well, specifically, I think of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. I'd sell my soul for a donut.
Yes,
that's a good one.
I think of The Devil Went Down to Georgia, the song,
yeah,
which is a. It's like a fiddle contest instead of like I'm gonna sell my soul. I guess there's a selling of a soul in there.
Along with that, they got the movie Crossroads,
but not the one with Britney Spears.
No. The good one.
The good one from the 80s. But like, there's a lot out there. Like every sitcom from the 80s.
Because going off of this, I mean, obviously they took Faust and just, made it for Disney Channel. But what I will say, my biggest problem with it came out of this whole part of the conversation, because then reading up on it, I'm like, okay, so what was Griffelkin the opera? And basically, they say based upon Griffelkin. The only thing they took was the name Griffelkin. Everything else, it's a 10-year-old boy that's a demon, gets sent to Earth to cause trouble, and has a magic potion to cause trouble instead of a flip phone. And
there's no hockey.
He causes a bunch of trouble, meets a little girl, kind of likes her, and then the little girl, he finds out her mom dies, so then he uses the potion to bring the mom back to life, and then hell kicks him out for being too nice, and as punishment makes him a real boy, and then he goes and lives with the little girl and the alive mom. So what did the only thing they took was the name Griffelkin, and then said, okay, we're going to have demons based upon Griffelkin, the opera. Like,
I mean, I'll argue that.
I don't want to watch that though.
I kind of want to. Yeah, I'm with you there, but I'd rather watch that.
But there's no hockey, so I couldn't pick it.
Right? I was like, "Where's the hockey?"
I mean, I guess that hockey. Like that change of heart kind of thing. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like the attachment to the human, and then like helping them kind of thing happens here, which is kind of a little bit of some of the twists. There's some twists and turns in this made-for-TV plot. And so even I'm gonna say that maybe some of that DNA is in there in his like positive flip. So I gotta ask, did you guys did the twists get you? Did you totally see these twists coming? Because he pretty much captures Dave Heinrich's soul pretty early in the movie, like almost at midway through. So there's got to be more happening. Did it kind of take you for a little bit of a made-for-TV ride?
No, because I've read Faust. I knew what was happening.
There you go. What about you guys?
What?
I don't know. Not really. I mean, it's a hockey movie. They spent a lot of time establishing it's a hockey movie. So, he got the soul. And like he said, there's a lot of time left. And it's like, well, I'm guessing we're going to stay in the hockey world because that's what's been established. We're not going to see him go on misadventures of collecting other souls. It's going to be him and this guy. Yeah. And the fact that he doesn't immediately like return down to HE double hockey sticks and he remains on the mortal plane, it shows that, there's going to have to be something else, some other component that's going to happen, and so you can see he's pretty attached to the guy already, and whenever the devil's involved, you make a deal with the devil, you're going to get burned, and so that's exactly how that went down. And then so like the double cross, and you kind of see it coming.
Now, I will say this. I did see the twists coming. Now, the nature of what they were, first off, very unrealistic. The guy has a restaurant named after him in the city that he plays in. And then he gets traded. That'd be like if Michael Jordan got traded in 93 during the middle of their run. Or if
they let Michael Jordan play baseball. They're like, do what you want. No.
Or if like Mike Ditka
whatever
was
helps
fired,
you heal.
Like
but just
in
come back
87 or something like that.
They wouldn't do it. True.
Like, that was the part that like I didn't get. Like,
that's the devil's work.
It's the devil's work, but the devil does really bad work right there.
So
okay, yeah, I need to ask a question because I am still confused by this scenario. So they're at dinner, and he's having a conversation. He's trying to open up and express some things to her and tell her about maybe what he's done. to achieve the success. And that's when they see on the TV that he's been traded. And then she storms out with her little brother, and they're like super angry, and it's like, Annapolis isn't that far from Delaware. What's the problem? It's like from Annapolis to, I'm assuming it's like Wilmington or whatever. It's probably like 2 hours. It's not that far.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one moment that surprised the heck out of me was, so Heinrich gets injured, and then they go back to the locker room. Why is the coach carrying him to the locker room? They can't afford a trainer?
No.
I mean, yeah, there's no cart.
That bad.
This is TV movie budget. We don't have cart money.
That's true too. They didn't. Yeah, is that supposed to be reflective of the team or the budget of the movie?
They blew it on the Zamboni earlier in the movie.
Yeah, we had one vehicle for the budget, and they had that bus.
We're only allowed to rent it for 1 hour, so
right. No, I'm glad you guys. So I was trying to see if the twists in the plot gotcha, and you guys gave me different twists that gotcha. Things that tripped you up about the plot, which I love. Things that were crazy and weird. So made for TV movie it was, and it hit it there were some things to be desired, right? But let's ask this. Let's try to find a redeeming quality for it here. Did it hit all the beats that you expect in a good sports movie? Like a lot of time, and I'm not like the Endless Summer, let's set aside for a second, because even though we determined it maybe wasn't a documentary, but maybe it was a documentary. The ones I'm talking about are these, like, we watched, Mighty Ducks.
I mean, it's right in line with Mighty Ducks. I mean, to say that it hits on those notes, it does. Like, you have the establishing, here's a game, here's the player, the player's pretty good, but team's not that great, and they're struggling. And now through a little bit of whiz-bang soul-selling magic, now they're good. Okay, they're doing really good. So now we're going to have a montage. You got your sports montage of them being really successful that gets you into the finals. And yeah, it's very formulaic to the Mighty Ducks movies, really. So
that was the one thing that irritated me. Was it was like they went from like regular season to like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. It was like, no, wait a second. You missed like 3 months of season here.
Yada yada yada. You just yada 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 the playoffs. No. To do another Seinfeld reference. But so I got to ask you to follow up on that, Rob, because I wrote a sub question on this one, and it was, Rob, how was the hockey? Was it generally believable? Like, was the hockey that you saw like decent hockey? Did it make sense as a hockey fan?
Well, I mean, the part where the one guy gets the hat trick, like, who doesn't, like, he's not a scorer, like, that was purposely ridiculous, right? Because he was using his pitchfork flip phone to give him all the powers to score the goals. But like, it definitely had the vibe of like it's a good example. The camera angles for a lot of it was like where the cameras are at like ice surface level. It wasn't like that vibe of like watching a hockey game on TV or even in person, or like a basketball game. It was like the cameras were always on the floor or on the ice in this case, right? So I don't know if the hockey was believable, but I will say this is another gripe I had with the film, and I don't understand the reason why. So there are multiple scenes in the film, like even while they're playing hockey, they're playing the Detroit Red Wings. Jerseys full on display. The wheel with the wings, it's a Red Wing, right? They have the one kid, I think early in the film, he's wearing a Vancouver Canucks like jersey or a hoodie or something like that. Full display, not hiding it, whatever. Why can't it be the New Jersey Devils? Like, was there some sort of like they had a disagreement with the team? Like, I was just very confused by that. I don't know, Eric, if you've caught on anything as to the reason why, but that irritated me more than it probably should have. But it really did irritate me for a lot of the film.
I think it was merely to set up demons versus angels. So if you're already going to have one fictionalized team, why not have two?
Yeah, but too, I mean, I could see it from the viewpoint if you're going out and trying to pitch to a professional team, hey, we want to do a movie with you, and they're going to say, okay, well, how do we look? And you're going to say, well, you are the worst team in the NHL. I don't think the Devils would be like, yes, let's do that.
But I think a lot of it has to do with the first question I asked you and that cross promotion kind of situation, because I feel like the script is not necessarily like a lot of times these Disney made for TV movies. The script will come from someone outside. It's almost like a lab in a way. Like if you write a movie and pitch it to Disney, Disney could be like, "Ooh, I like this. This is good for on TV. Let's try that on TV. That could work on Disney Channel. Maybe we go feature film." Like, you know what I mean? Or they're not going to they're going to select who's writing for feature film, but they might give them a shot on something like this. So like the teleplay, the script might have been written already. Like here, and in it has these two teams, and none of the other teams are mentioned. But Disney has an in with the NHL, and they could change the Demons, the Delaware Demons, to the New Jersey Devils, but they don't have a good angelic team for that really in your face, obvious good and evil thing that they wanted to do in the script. So then they were like, well, let's keep those two the same, but we'll intersperse the other hockey teams. So I think it kind of is I don't know, chicken or egg, like if it's like they pitched it to teams and they knew that the teams wouldn't go for it, or if Disney shoehorned the NHL on at the end just to be like, remember, because I'm sure you're watching it and they're like, Hockey Night in America, watch it on ESPN, in the commercials in the middle. You know, so it could be a version of that too, which let me ask that, because we talked about if you watch it with commercials, a lot of and this is another, I'm going off book again, but a lot of them have commercials in the videos that you could watch on YouTube. Did you guys watch any with commercials? And did the commercial, we'll take a commercial break with this question. Did any of the commercials like catch you as like, that's nostalgic or cool or amazing, or that impressed me or stuck out to you? Hockey Night in America commercials, any sort of things like that?
No, the one I watched didn't have the commercials left in there.
No commercials.
No.
I will say the ones I did watch, or the one I did watch, did have commercials, but I did fast forward through them just to get to like back to the film. But I did find very nostalgic the old Disney like in and out from like the actual program,
the bumpers,
like a Disney Channel one,
the
or the
yeah. I think it had to be on the Disney Channel, probably what it was. But that was like, wow, I haven't seen that in a long time. That definitely brought back some memories.
Nice. Let's talk about the cast. We've kind of talked about them in and out. And we have Wil Friedle and Matthew Lawrence, who were on Boy Meets World at the time this came out. Gabrielle Union, before she really blew up the next year in Bring It On. That was the first big movie she was known for. And of course, Rhea Perlman from Cheers and tons of other things. Did anyone stand out negatively or positively? Let's definitively say it, even though I know we kind of talked a little bit about it before. Who annoyed you? Who blew you away?
The little brother.
Which one? Both annoyed you and blew you away?
No, just annoyed me. Just again, totally Fred Savage ripoff.
I was going to say, I don't even know if we'd mentioned her name. I don't even know her name. Played the girlfriend.
Yeah,
And
it's you don't.
I mean, that alone shows you what I'm thinking about her. There was nothing to stand out. She didn't do hardly anything. Like they played up this angle of she's the former skating partner. They could have done the Olympics and together and been amazing and all this stuff. And then she's just lost in the background.
And
Like
they don't address her story at all. Like, why are you living with your little brother?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
She was totally unimportant to the script, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it had to have the obligatory love interest in it.
Yeah, it just seemed so thrown in there that I was like, you could have just cut like the whole thing out. You just needed the one little like somebody to get you in the locker room. Could have been a janitor that he befriended. Like, you didn't need them.
Very true.
I will say the one weird from the cast, the one character who really annoyed me, especially at the beginning, was Matthew Lawrence as Wil Friedle as Rifkin.
Yeah.
And the reason, and at first I thought the video that I like watched was like a really crappy audio recording. I'm like, why is his voice so high pitched? I was like,
the
is this
ADR?
I was like, is this like a bad like rip from like a VHS tape? No, that was just like the way his character was meant to be played. I mean, that was really annoying, especially at the beginning. But the weird part of it was it went away at the end when he got like less evil, if you will. But
maybe it was brilliant acting.
No.
I don't know. He did the thing on Boy Meets World all the time.
Well, what I'd say about that is like, because I picked up on that too with the intro was just like it was over the top annoying, and it was definitely ADR, additional dialogue replacement, where they didn't get the sound captured very well when they first recorded it, so he had to go back into the studio. And when you do that, I think a lot of people tend to overact what they think they sounded like, and it just comes across as really annoying in this case.
You guys did say Rhea Perlman stands out. Wil Friedle does stand out negatively. I'll give you that. I thought Gabrielle Union did a good job, but her role's not as big as it could be. She pops in and out. But there is a.
I mean, you can kind of pick up on like Will's desire to want to take those next steps in his career. And so I think for him, this was a major step to get out of the sitcom and, baby steps. So you got the made for TV movie. And if this goes really well, you have potential to get hired on for, other projects. But because of his acting ability in the film, I think that it probably negatively impacted him. And ultimately, he ended up going on and he did a lot of voice acting. So maybe that is where, he was always meant to be, not really like the lead actor of a film. So,
and I mean that high pitched stuff, voice acting. He became Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible. That was, he did the voice.
I can't remember the character's name, but he was the young Batman from Batman Beyond.
Yes. Yes, he was. He did a lot in that range. He's on that. He's got that podcast, the Boy Meets World podcast with some of the other. He's on that. I can't remember what it's called now.
Well, let's not
Pod Meets World. But anyways, like his voice is all over the place, in places you might not think. But anyways, so maybe that was the workings. But speaking of the cast, because I am contractually obligated to ask this question as our rules and bylaws of the Rare Cuts Media Society, if you were to put Willem Dafoe into this film or have him play some part in it, what would it be?
Marie Antoinette.
That's perfect. Head in the bowling bag, yes.
See, if we were able to keep Rhea Perlman as Miss B, then I'd have to put him as Grifflekin just because I don't really want to lose her as a big part.
True.
So yeah, otherwise I would have to put him as Beelzebub.
Yeah, he's got the star
he'd have
power
to
for
be-
it. That's like she's there for the star power, you know?
Yeah.
He'd have to be Mr. B. But I will say this though. If you changed the theme or kind of the audience of the film, I could see him playing Grifflekin or even Dave Heinrich.
Mm.
And if it was more of a serious film, not a kids made for TV Disney film, if they took the Hallmark way of making it, I could see it being okay, maybe he'd do it, but it would still be over the top because it's Dafoe.
If you made him Heinrich, I think it would be very serious because it would have to be like a former athlete that never got that stardom and now is like, what if we used your power to change it so I had won this big game that I lost and that ruined my career or something.
Or like somebody who got injured and physically was unable to play, but made the deal with the devil and was able to come back.
Y'all are doing the thing I wanted to do next anyway, which is I want you guys to try to make one little change, which you're doing, that would make this movie better. So like, is there one thing you could change to make this movie better? So it is in a weird spot where it's a made for TV movie for Disney, which is even different than a Disney Channel original movie because that is definitely directed at kids, but a Disney Channel like movie of the week, family movie night movie kind of thing. Wonderful World of Disney is supposed to reach, like, get the kids to want to watch it and then kind of have a little something for the grown-ups. But if you could do one thing to tighten it up, make it better.
Obviously, there's one change that will fix everything.
What is it?
Blackhawks win the cup.
That's just what the movie cuts to at the end. No.
Like, who cares what team he's on? The Blackhawks win it.
Oh, goodness.
Not the Hammond Bears.
No.
No.
Oh, goodness.
Seriously, I would say it would have to be less weird quirkiness from Grifflekin.
Tone it down.
Yeah. I like Rob's idea of if it was a serious adult movie, but at the very least, you got to tone that down.
I could see it working as a serious film.
Yeah, I mean, as it stands, though, if it stays in the realm of comedy, as much flack as I have given it for the Disney School of Acting for children, I don't think that it would be better if they weren't trained by Disney. Like, I don't think that would magically save this film. What I do think could easily make this film better is to not be a film and to be an animated movie. I think you could have a lot more fun with the characters and the gags, and it wouldn't feel as cheesy.
That would really fix that part where Miss B shrinks the guy in the audience.
What happens to that guy?
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
I was looking for him in the end of the match, and it was like, did he get restored now? Where did he go entirely?
He was sitting in the Stanley Cup. No. All right. See, what I tried to do is I tried to end on a positive note too. I started with the positive because we got to score
like a
this
Disney
thing.
movie, just like
right. Happy ending. So we have to score this thing, and as it stands, we are at Escape to Victory at a 44 and Endless Summer at a 42. So HE Double Hockey Sticks has to see how it's going to stack up with Escape to Victory and The Endless Summer before we find out what Mike's football pick is, right for the beginning of football season next month in September. But anyways, here we are, HE double hockey sticks. Where's my button that switches it? I never have the right button. That'll work.
Hit the button.
No.
Summer of George.
I hit the wrong button. The Summer of George. Okay, go away. There we go. All right. HE double hockey sticks. I didn't change my name on it either. Did I? Oh, no. No, that's right. Mike did it. Mike is magical. He's my guardian angel. See how that works? I brought it back in there. It
Mike
stays in
is
the
Gabrielle Union?
I mean, maybe.
He's been here all along. I didn't know she liked Mazes and Monsters so much.
First he was evil hating on this movie, and then he did me a solid. So maybe that is how he did. No. Just kidding. All right. So Andrew, you are our first one here.
Rarity. Before you'd mentioned it, I never heard of it. Sure, I know the people in it. Being the Boy Meets World fan back in the day, it felt very familiar, but never seen it, never heard it. So I'm going to give it the full 5 for Rarity.
Wow.
TV movie, it's made for TV. That automatically gives it at least a 3.
That is our foundation on this show. Mike set the foundation years ago with Mazes and Monsters as a made-for-TV movie in the first episode. Right. But anyways.
Theme, it's all about the hockey the whole time. Yes, it's about his soul, but as soon as you get into the actual plot, it's straight up about hockey. So I'm going to give it a full 5 there, too.
I got a question.
No, I was not bribed.
No. I picked based on these 2 boxes.
Yeah.
I picked exclusively on these 2 boxes.
Production value, it had a lot in it. I didn't think that for a TV movie that it needed to look bigger, but also, it's got the Disney behind it, so it had all of the bells and whistles for a TV movie.
No explosions, though.
No explosions. That's why it only gets a 4.
Ooh.
Dang, man.
Enjoyment, I would have. This is where you get hurt, because would I watch it again? No. But it gets a little bit of help from the fact that like I said, I liked Boy Meets World, and it made me go back to those days. So I'm going to give it a 3 on enjoyment.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have gone probably a 2, but it gave me that Boy Meets World feel.
I might have found the formula.
Maybe Eric
might have found the formula, guys.
Eric, did you make a deal with the devil here to get these high scores?
Yeah.
Right? Oh.
There's still time to give your soul to your wife.
Hey, honestly, if I hadn't read that thing about Griffleton, maybe it would have gotten a 4.
Ooh, I'll take that.
Maybe.
I'll accept that as a possible. Maybe it could have been a 4 one day. I like it.
I just remember the other episode of The Simpsons where Bart sells his soul to Milhouse.
Yeah.
That's right.
One.
Then he can't skateboard or anything.
Yeah, can't do anything.
Yeah.
Nope. All right, so Rarity. On YouTube alone, it's been watched 500,000 times. So there's quite a few people that have watched this. I am not aware of it, but I'm not aware to a lot of made for Disney type movies. But I'm gonna go middle of the road here. I'm gonna give it a 3. Theme,
I'll take it.
I can't give you anything less than a 5. So, production value, this one I struggle with just because like it would have been so much better as an animated film.
I'll give you that.
Because
100%.
so much of this was like, I have this thing called a flip fork phone, and I'm gonna do all sorts of cool things with it, which are gonna happen just out over there off screen. That's where it's gonna happen.
It's true.
And so it becomes very limiting. And it's like, I get it, you're on a made for TV budget or whatever, but still, if you're going to have a cool device that can do magical things, let's see some of it. Let's not have all the action take place off screen. It's a pet peeve of even things like the show when I used to watch it, Ghost Hunters, where they'd be like, oh, did you see that? It happened. It was right there. It was right there.
I'm going to bring back the snakes in the sleeping bags in Endless Summer.
There you go. So production value, I'm going to give it a 3. And then overall enjoyment, I'm going to kind of average it out. Because like the first time I watched it, I would have given it a 1. The second time I watched it, I would have given it a 3. The third time I watched it, I don't know. I guess I'm going to go. No, it's not 5.
I was just thinking, the third time you watch it, it keeps going up.
He was never very good at averaging numbers.
It's like doubling. It's doubling each time you watch it, and you didn't say what.
I mean, to like Andrew's point, am I going to watch this again? No, I've gotten everything I could possibly get out of it. I'm just going to give it a 3.
I like that.
I did it.
Which, yeah, math-wise, I'm going to do the math. You got it, 14. Ooh. Rob L.
All right. So rarity, I'm kind of in the same boat as Mike here. Like, I can't say that I've heard of it, but it's like, I mean, that's like saying, oh, I've never heard of this paperback book. Well, they've been so many made, right? It's like hard to know about it. But it's not like it's made by a small production company or like funded from like, so it's kind of a weird spot. I'm going to give it a 3 for rarity. For theme, I mean, probably not a whole lot of debate. It's a 5. If anything, I'd knock it. It's not necessarily a summer sport, but that wasn't necessarily criteria.
My criteria was
the winter of sports, if you will.
My criteria was hockey.
Yeah,
it's pretty hot
is the
down.
summer, and I got
Pretty
hockey. No, I'll take your 5. Thank you for the 5. You can
sure.
no.
Hold on. They don't ever show snow or anything, right?
No, it's so weird.
I think it was
That's
filmed in the
just
summer.
another knock.
Stop talking.
Normally from November through.
Stop talking. Just give me the scores. No, just
all right. So,
production value. Well, there's no snow, so no.
so production value, like I think it definitely came off of like, we want to make this movie, but we don't want to spend a lot of money on this movie, and I hate to say it, it kind of showed. Like even some of like the hockey clips, like I mentioned earlier, like which would have been cool is if they did more like where it was like the full screen or real close-ups, but they did like the ones where you can kind of hide a lot of stuff, where it's like we're gonna put it at ice level, but be really far away and do like close-ups on your face. I don't know. I didn't really. It felt like they could have done a lot more, but I think purposely they didn't just want to spend the money. I don't know. I'm going to give it a 3. I'll give you a benefit of the doubt. Now, enjoyment. My apologies on this one. as I think I mentioned, I don't know if it was on the recording or not. There were definitely multiple moments where I fell asleep while watching this. So I definitely had to rewind and be like, hey, wait,
God.
so where was I? Did he? What did he do with the last with the phone? Outside of the hockey part of it, I just felt it was like I enjoyed the hockey aspect of it. That was kind of okay, cool, but like it was just a little bit too childish for me, even as an adult who likes childish movies and silly stuff. I hate to say, I'm going to give it a 2. Thank goodness for the hockey, because otherwise you might have had a negative number on this one there, Eric H. Put you in the red.
I will take that. That's that. And Mike got my total score, which, if you've been keeping score at home, which you don't have to, because I'm going to put it up on the screen here in a second when I find the button. There's a different behind the scenes talk, and I probably talked about this before. There's like 3 different windows I have to use to switch. There we go. Haha. And type in things. So it is currently tied in first place with Escape to Victory. It is a very close race, and Mike needs a Hail Mary. See what I did there? To pull into the lead. I don't even know. Did you ever tell us what you picked, Mike?
I did, but I mean, I've been going back and forth on a few different ideas. I've been searching high and low for something that kind of interests me, because I'm not the biggest sports fan. So I want something that's going to have something else to it, some other cultural aspect or history or something. So I looked for a while, and I stumbled across a 1983 made-for-TV movie.
Yes. It's our foundation, you guys. That's our roots. Roots also is a made-for-TV movie.
I mean, we just had our 5-year podcast anniversary. So I felt like this is perfect to kind of bring it back to old school, which you already got us there. So let's just continue on that theme of TV movie, starring a young Helen Hunt. And we are going to be checking out.
Oh, yes.
Quarterback Princess.
I love it. The other thing I just realized is I just like handed off a pass to you, and you took it and ran it for a touchdown, because you said it's our 5-year podcast anniversary. We had only done 3 TV movies. I gave us the 4th, and you're making it the 5th TV movie in as many years. Look at that. Running
what I'm going to say, just so people have a little context of what this is. Quarterback Princess is actually based on a true story of a young lady who wanted to play high school football. And she got on the team, and it made nationwide headlines back then. And so this movie was based on her story, and she actually participated in kind of helping them bring this TV movie to life. So much so that she's even in some of the shots as Helen Hunt's double, so that she could actually do the passing, because she was a better passer than Helen Hunt.
Go figure. No.
And it is available at a few different places. You could check it out there. It's available on YouTube as well as a few others. So.
Nice. Quarterback Princess. So you'll have to check out Quarterback Princess, and then catch us. Does that work? Next time on on Rare Cuts Media Society. Catching that. Anyways.
Got it. We'll fumble this.